Evening people, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's alright. It's all a little bit weird for me because I've been at work all weekend, so I forget what day it is right about now, but now I know it's Sunday. So yeah, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all alright. Let's bring up some other things. 1 second, just hold on people please, if you don't mind. Is that going to play? Yes, thank God for that. Right, so tonight we're bringing you round 2 of the BMW track tour series, brought to you by MRC, hosted by myself, yours truly, Dark Smoker. It's round 2 tonight, live from Spa, so it should be a good race tonight. Last week was Red Bull, as you can see on screen. Cliche, smoker lad. How you doing, Cliche? All right, mate. I'm sure you're swapping and swapping in between streams. I know Race of Winners is on tonight. I was asked to do it, but unfortunately, because of these 2 streams, I can't do that one. So yeah, tune into CJW if you want to go watch Next Gen Race of Winners stream. That's at 8:30 tonight on CJW Racing's channel. Go give him a like and subscribe. Go check out Cliche as well. He's a bit of a lunatic, or hooligan, as he likes to call himself. Go check him out. Give him a like and subscribe as well. So yes, round 2. Let's get ourselves into track mode. Let's take that off the screen before I forget, because I know I usually do. Let's see who we've got in the room tonight. So we've got R80, Grim 99, Shaggy Scooby, TC Idol, Crazy 88, Surfer EV, Nissan Elvis, Peter Mister, Ricky J, and Sixpenny Guitar. Okay, I did see one other driver in here, Hyperio 08, but he's disappeared. So we're just about to start quali, possibly. I think we're already into quali. So we've got 10 minutes quali, we are into quali. Let's get ourselves on track. Put some usual gubbins up for you lot. Let's go and have a look at TC Idol. First man out on track. Oh, it's taking it slow. Okay. No problem, Cliche. So, Surfer EV then. Looks like the first guy to put a hot lap in, TC Idol. Oh, he's giving it a bit of steam now. Possibly just finding a bit of space or trying to get behind a driver for a tow. A little bit far back for a tow at the minute, but he is first man out on track. 2:17.5. Half a second quicker than Surfer EV. No hot lap for Surfer. A little bit of glitching. Crazy 88. No hot lap from Crazy 88. Grim 99. He's on a 2:20.8. Sitting in 4th. Hyperio's back in the room. Oh, okay, so now we started the qualifier. You guys. Wayne, first time watching, looking forward to it. Here to support Peter Mister. All right, well, you'd have to shout at me when I get his name wrong and call him Peter Meister, which I have done a few times. I don't know why I do it. It's one of those dyslexia kind of looking things. It just looks weird. Looks like it's got an E halfway through it. So, quali just started then. We've got 10-minute quali into a 15-minute race. Through Eau Rouge. Difficult corners these. So TC Idol, he's not first man out on track. I've got another driver in front of him, I won't let me choose them. Okay, Shaggy Scooby going slow. So it will be a minute or 2 before we do get some hot times in. stick ourselves on board for a bit of a lap with your friend Peter Mister. So what I should have done is pulled up my track map of Spa. There it is. There we go, through Brussels then, heading down towards Poubon. Difficult corner to get right, easy to run wide on the outside. Plenty of runoff, but it does lose you a lot of time. Got to be careful not to put the power on too early as well. Full power now then down towards campus. Through the little right left chicane. And on the power now then, full power all the way down towards Blanchimont. Okay, so Hyperio 08 can't enter. Looks like people are calling for a restart of quali. We'll see what happens. So Peter Mister then through Blanchimont down towards the chicane. Again, if there's a couple of drivers fighting for position around there, it could be a little bit dangerous around this little last turn. Again, you can be a bit eager to put the power on down there. So no fast lap from Peter Mister. Looks like we have got drivers kind of jumping out of the room. Peter Mister back in the pit, so possibly let me just leave this lobby for a second. Ricky J's just joined the room as well. So we have still got 6.5 minutes just of quali left. Whether they restart due to this issue, I don't know. I really haven't got time. I do another stream at 9 o'clock tonight. So hopefully there's actually nobody out on track at the minute. Could just cancel the quali. I think that's a possibility. Paul Scales, evening my friend, how you doing? How you doing in lockdown? Come on people. Otherwise there'll be a race stream with no last lap on it. So yeah, just waiting for one or two to leave the lobby. TC Idle, Nissan Elvis. They're not actually out on track, but okay, just Nissan Elvis. So while we're in this limbo mode at the minute, let me just have a look at some points for you guys. So we are only into round 2 tonight. Round 1 last week was at Red Bull Ring, really good race. So TC Idle leads them with 32 points, Nissan Elvis on 30 points, Grim 99 on 28 points, Surfer EV on 26 points, Peter Mister on 24 points, R80 on 22 points, Sixpenny Guitar on 20 points, Shaggy Scooby 66 on 18, Crazy 8875 on 16 points, Ricky J on 14 points, no points for Full Killer and no points for Dizzy AL. Bull K, he started the race but didn't finish, so no points for Bull K. Whether he he's not in the room tonight, so possibly not rejoining this series. And Hyperio, obviously a new driver, but can he get in the lobby? That's the question. Michael Hepburn, evening mate, how are you? How's you and Kaz? Oh, yeah, we're alright, we're alright. Yeah, we're alright. You know, I'm doing this a lot, so this sort of keeps me occupied a bit. I've been called back into work to go and make you lot crisps. Alright, so we're jumping into another quick 5-minute quali. It will be, probably be 2 laps. So into the quali then. Come on, give me options, damn it. Yeah, so it's actually quite nice to get out of work, you know, get out of the house and go and do something different, see something different, you know. Even though it was a factory and it was work, it was different. It was weird. Something about that. R80 then, first man out on track. Heading down the Kemmel then, taking his time. TC Idle coming through. It's R80 looking for a bit of a tow round. Look at TC Idle, current championship leaders and lines. Trying to pick up a tip or two. J in the pink livery. You will notice that all of these drivers have got an NHS logo or livery somewhere on their car. Not always possible to see. Looks like Ricky J's running wide, trying to scrape the livery off that car before you lot have a look. You just see it underneath his headlights there. He's got NHS Stay Home smashed on his car. Hazard. I'm sure he's got a little COVID sticker there as well. So respect to all the boys for chucking on the old NHS liveries. There we go again on Surfer EVs. Set up by R80 this race, with the NHS in mind as well. Yeah, we do go out, but you know, it's still it's just all a bit weird, and it's all just a bit weird. R80 then, 3 Blanchiments. As I say, it won't be hot laps. These are only out laps. Cleanly through the last chicane then for R80. Had a decent race. He was battling out with the Surfer EV, I think, last week. I think they've got the slipstream set up not on strong, but sort of weak, so it sort of does allow the cars to catch up quite a lot. Makes for some really good battling. Sort of 3 or 4 wide trying to race around Red Bull Ring last week. Some clean racing though, I'll give them that. So let's just have a look at the lap times on the out laps. 2:26.1 for R80. Hyperio is on a 2:29. Again, don't take anything by this. These are just out laps. Hot laps now, unless they get it wrong. 99, TC Idle, Peter Mister, all in quite a tight little formation. We're gaining a little bit of a toe off each other, but possibly holding each other up in the corners as well. Wide through their grip, just getting in TC Idle's way as he sneaks down the inside. Again, this is quali. I know it's a 1-lap shootout almost. So everything to play for grid positions. Surfer EV then. So you got a 2:38.2. Nissan Elvis 2:41. 6 penny guitars on a 2:45. 2:43s, 2:47s, 2:50s for Ricky J. Still holding a bit of that penalty. Hyperion looking to make his way past R80. Down towards Blanchimont. R80 just hanging back, staying out of the way. Trying to get involved in any kind of fight with Hyperion. Quick guy, Hyperion. Running a little bit wide there through the exit of Blanchimont. Into the chicane then. Top 5 are quite close at the minute, so let's go on with Hyperion, see what time he puts in. 2:18.0 for Hyperion. That sits him in third after Peter Mister's got the quickest at the minute, 2:16.4. This is a good lap from Peter Mister, 0.7 of a second quicker than TC Idle. I think some of these guys think they're going to get another lap in. I don't think that's going to be possible. So TC Idle second, Hyperion in third on that 2:18. Nissan Elvis fourth with the 2:18.4. Surfer 2:19.2. Grim is on a 2:19.3. R80s at 2:22.0. Sixpenny at 2:22.4. Shaggy Scooby's at 2:27.7. Ricky J 2:29.8 and Crazy 88 on a 2:38.6. That can be a difficult track. Some of the corners a little bit awkward. So if these drivers do think they're going to get another, he has give them another lap. I think they are going to sneak another lap in. Some of these drivers haven't quite realised, I don't think. Shaggy Scooby being one of those, Ricky J. Peter Mister and Hyperion then battling it out for that P1 position. Peter Mister currently holding it. He's put himself wide through there though. Hyperion's going to make a move down the inside. Again, it is quali, purple sector there from Peter Mister though. Hyperion gone through. JPH, evening, how you doing? Hope the sound's coming through all right. TC Idle then still in that second position. Again, a couple of corners to go before they get this final lap done. So who's out front? Hyperion's going to cross the line first. He doesn't go quicker. It's just looking like it might be positions as normal. Oh no, Surfer EV chucked himself up into third then. What did Surfer EV put in? A 2:17.5 on that final lap, so I'm not going to read those out because they're going to disappear. There you go. Peter Mister holding on to that pole position. I'm alright, JPH, I'm alright, mate. Let's have a quick look at these grid positions then. Peter Mister in P1, TC Idle second, Surfer third, Hyperion fourth, Nissan Elvis fifth, R80 in sixth, Grim 99 in seventh, Sixpenny Guitar eighth, Shaggy Scooby 9th, Ricky J in 10th, Crazy 88 11th, and they're away. Not a great start from TC Idle. Peter Mister's got a good. Peter Mister, there you go, I've done it already. Peter Mister's got a good start, holding on to that P1 through Le Source. Surfer EV's right on him though, got a good start off the grid. Taking a position from TC Idle from that poor start of his. He is trying to fight his way past down the inside as they head down towards Radion and into Eau Rouge up the hill then. So tight already. A little bit wide from Grim 99. Oh, there's a couple of other drivers in the background run wide as well. Everyone's kept it on track. I think that was R80. So Surfer EV stuck his way into first as they head up the Kemmel. Can he hold into that position? TC Idle's got a good run down the inside. Peter Mister's followed him through. TC Idle's run wide. Comes back onto the track. Don't get in the way. So three drivers coming through then. Surfer EV into P1. Peter Mister P2. Hyperion P3. TC Idle P4. Group 99 in P5. R80 P6. Shaggy Scooby P7, Crazy 88 P8, Nissan Elvis P9, Ricky J in 10th and Sixpenny Guitar in 11th. Support RNHS, that's correct. So Surfer EV still being pushed around the track by Peter Mister. Hyperio still battling it out with TC Idle as well for those top spots. 99 right there as well. Shaggy Scooby, he's not that far back, was he 1.2 seconds, so not a lot of work to do. He is in the ambulance. Let's see if he can keep it in a straight line this week. He didn't have the best of races last week. So holding on to 6, 1.2 back. Just behind him, 7.7 seconds back is Crazy 88. So qualified at the back. He's pushed his way through. Let's go through Blanchimont then. Peter Mister now snuck his way through into P1, Hyperio P2, Surfer down into third then. Peter Mister and Hyperio going defensive, Hyperio picking up a penalty for his trouble. So throwing himself over to the left hand side of the track to drop that penalty. That's a good bit of driving from Hyperio. Peter Mister then, now almost a second lead from Surfer EV. He goes down the inside and takes P2 off Hyperio. Let's find that button. Let's go on board with Peter Mister as he heads down the hill. Have a look back as he's got Surfer EV, TC Idle now gone past Hyperio as well. Chasing him down for that P1 position. You can see the slipstream coming into effect. Closing in. Peter Mister then looking like he's going to lose that position. Then Surfer EV goes past Peter Mister, goes past TC Idle. Sorry, it was Hyperio, Peter Mister swapping positions. So there's a couple of positions there, Peter Mister, but that's the effect of the slipstream they've got this lobby set up at. It does make this a really good race, and as you can see, the pack's still pretty tight. So Surfer EV holding on to that lead. So it will come to a point where one or two of these drivers might manage to make a break. You can see the top four just managed to make a little bit of a break now. Nissan Elvis 1.1 seconds back from this fight. Chased pretty closely by Shaggy Scooby. They've closed up on him down the Kemmel Straights. Dragged Crazy 88, he's gone up another place into 7th. 99 in 8th, then right on Crazy's rear end. R80 then been dropped from that pack now, 2.3 seconds back. Bit of work to do. He's gained a little bit through there, gained 0.2 of a second. So coming back to him then for R80, Ricky J and Sixpenny having a little bit of a fight of their own, 9.3 seconds back. R80 running it wide through there. He's kept it on track. Let's give Sixpenny a bit of a look down the inside. R80 will hold the inside line into the next turn. But now they'll be fighting it out down towards Blanchimont. Again, Ricky J's running wide. That's going to just allow Sixpenny through. Unfortunately, Ricky J just getting his wheels on the sand there. Slowed him right down. Sixpenny Guitar sneaking through, taking that 10th. Can Ricky J keep close enough to gain a bit of slipstream? He does. He is closing back in on Sixpenny Guitar, so still a bit of a fight for Ricky J to have. He's not out of the fight yet. Through Blanchimont, then wide through there. Probably going to pick up a massive rain trucker penalty for it. Somehow manages to get away with that one. So it's all kicking off at the front again. Peter Mister now takes P1, obviously snuck down the inside at the source. Surfer EV looking for a way past as they head down the hill. Tight little fight then in the BMWs. TC Idle in third, heading up the Kemmel Straight, then looking to make a move on Surfer EV and Peter Mister. It's going to be anyone's guess who takes P1 up here. They're almost 6 wide. We've got Hyperio doing some off-roading. Oh, there's Pinball Alley behind. Let's hope everyone keeps it on track. They do. That was a bit of sideways action. Crazy 88 getting a little bit of a nudge off track. He is back on though. He's now lost a place to Grim 99. He was battling it out, trying to take that place off of Shaggy Scooby. Peter Mister then holds on to that P1 inside line into the next turn. TC Idle looking to P2. Hyperio holding on to that P3. Surfer EV right there with him. Nissan Elvis closed back in on this pack. Shaggy Scooby again right there with them. A little bit of a gap back to Grim 99.8 of a second. Again, that gap coming straight now though. Crazy 88 in 8th again, closing down on Grim 99, looking for that position back as soon as possible. R80 1.3 seconds back. Closing in slowly then, R80. Sixpenny Guitar, 13 seconds back from that pack. Ricky J just losing a little bit of time. I think I just saw him run wide then through Poubon. So he's now 1.7 seconds back from Sixpenny. Peter Mister then leading the pack into lap 3. Again under loads of pressure from the sweet Hyperio. Still really tightly packed bunch here. So all the way down to 9th place, all on the start-finish straight. Fighting it out for P1 into La Source then. Peter Mister holds on to it. Trying to drop the guys as soon as he comes out of there. Trying to drop that slipstream. That's not going to happen. So it's a difficult place to try and overtake through here. Better just to wait till you're up and over the hill onto the Kemmel. With plenty of opportunity in slipstream. So a four-way fight now brewing for P1. TC Idle just dropping his penalty as he's still in this fight. Imperio, Peter Mister and Surfer EV then all looking for this P1. Surfer EV to go defensive, looking to hold on to that one into Les Combs. Peter Mister trying to chuck himself around the outside. Hyperio's got to move down the inside though. Has he got him? He's not. Peter Mister's just holding on to second. Little bit of door banging. So some close tight racing between these drivers at the minute. Surfer EV then just sneaking away a little bit, 0.7 of a second. That will come straight down though. Wayne Morris. Yeah, he's doing alright. He's battling it out with his boys. But anything that can happen in these races. They are keeping it ridiculously clean at the minute. As I say, with this slipstream effect as well, it can put you off a little bit. Forget how fast you travel into a corner when you're tucked up behind someone for, you know, that Kemmel straight for instance. Just need to break that a little bit earlier. So, out here then as they head down towards Blanchimont again. Surfer EV still holding that P1 position, only 0.1 of a second. Peter Mister looking to make a move around the outside. Hyperio's looking to follow him through as well. A little bit of touch in between Surfer EV and Peter Mister. Peter Mister back on track, taking that P1 position. We'll see if he picks up a penalty for that bit of off-track action. Looks like he's managed to get away with that as well. So Peter Mister into P1. Just losing the tail end of that BMW for a second there. Hyperio into P2. Nissan Elvis now side by side almost with Surfer EV. R80 now back in this fight. Into 5th there for R80. Down the inside of La Source looking to get around Nissan Elvis, not managing it. Shaggy Scooby still not that far back. TC Idle after losing that penalty is now down in 7th. Looking to get past Shaggy Scooby. 99 is only 0.7 of a second back, so he'll get a good toe up here as well. Crazy 88 now has been dropped from this pack. He's now 4.3 seconds back. Mickey J's just left the room. That's a shame. He's not having the best of races. So Crazy 88 then 4.9 seconds back. No toe for Crazy 88. Unlike the drivers in front, so unfortunately he's just going to slowly but surely lose time to them. Sixpenny Guitar now, he's going to have a race of his own now for the rest of it, unless he can close in on Crazy 88. Again, no slipstream for him. Peter Mister then, still holding on to P1, but Nissan Elvis was down the inside. He's had to back off though, he was never going to make that turn. Surfer EV is side by side. Nissan Elvis has had to back off. Imperio's down into 4th. He was battling out for 2nd last lap. Again, that's how quick these positions can change. So top 4 just pulled a little bit of a gap, just over half a second. Again, that's coming down. Shaggy Scooby now looking to 5th position. R80, he's managed to, so Shaggy Scooby's got past R80, he's taken that 5th position off him. R80 in 6th, TC Idle then looking to get past him as soon as possible. He's still pulling Grim 99 with him. These boys almost rocking identical liveries. Crazy 88 then 9th, 5.4 seconds back. never know, you might get a bit of off-track action from one or two drivers, which will allow these guys at the back to get involved in a bit of a punch-up later on in the race. We have still got just under 40 minutes left, so plenty to go at. Surfer EV, a little bit of door banging with him and Peter Mister into that last chicane then. So Peter Mister just trying, will he get enough toe down here to make a lunge down into the source? Surfer EV's gone normal line, he's chucked himself defensive in the last minute. Peter Mister's gone for a move down the inside. Side by side then as they head down the hill. Who's going to have the metal to hold it? Surfer EV's just got a nose in front at the minute. It's going to be absolute side by side through here. Surfer EV's just had to go off track a little bit to avoid punting Peter Mister, but that has slowed Peter Mister down. He's now losing positions left, right and centre, down in 5th. Again, that slipstream coming into effect, going for another quick lunge past Surfer EV. As I say, R80 flying through the pack there, getting up into P1. So we've just looked at him, he's been in 6th position, right behind Nissan Elvis, but that's the strength of this slipstream. Up that Camel straight, it just allows the guys at the back to close in on the guys at the front, makes it some really close racing. Thank you, Wayne, that's appreciated. I hope you like and subscribe, and if you listen to the end, tell your mates, tell your mum, right? So R80 then holds that P1. Peter Mister's managed to get back past Nissan Elvis. Fighting it out for P1 now though. R80 with Peter Mister. Nissan Elvis trying to chuck his nose down the outside. Hyperio's right there as well. Peter Mister's gone for a lunge down the inside there. Taking that P1 off of R8. Good move there by Peter Mister. So still a closely packed. What's going on with Shaggy Scooby? Ghosting out. Trying to drop a penalty there. Or just getting himself on track. He's lost a lot of time. Down in 8th position, 2.3 seconds back. As I say, that now gives Crazy 88 something to fight at. He will get a toe now. That'll pull him into Shaggy Scooby. He's only 2.5 back. If he can make a bit of a gain on Grim, that'll allow Crazy 88 to close back up on this pack in front. So it could become a 9-way fight. Peter Mister then side by side with Nissan Elvis into turn 1. La Source. He's got the line. Nissan Elvis has chucked himself out wide to try and get a better run out. Back end of that vehicle is just twitched out though. Peter Mister holding on to that P1. That's just slowed Nissan Elvis down enough for R80 to come back at him around the source. They did have a bit of a gap. But this is where the positions all change. You will see people like Surfer EV, TC Idle now come flying through, catapulting their way through this pack. Here's R80 looking to make a move into P2. Past that Hyperio goes for a lunge. Surfer EV, a bit of contact. Oh, there's contact between TC Idle. Who's that? Shaggy Scooby. It is a little bit of contact between those two. Shaggy Scooby now down in 9th. So not intentional. These things do happen. So Grim 99 and Crazy 88 almost back in this fight. They are now only half a second back from Surfer EV. They are back in this fight. Grim that's 4 seconds back. So just losing out a little bit there then. So a bit of work for Shaggy Scooby to do. 6-penny guitar. Still just chugging around all on his own at the back. 14.5 seconds back. Again, no toe for him, so he's fortunately not going to be able to pick up those higher speeds up straights like the Camel or down towards Blanchimont, etc. So back up to the fight at the front. Peter Mister still holding P1. Nissan Elvis looking for a way past down towards Blanchimont again. Nissan Elvis looking to run wide through there. Round the outside at Blanchimont. It's a good move by Nissan Elvis up into that P1. Picked up a penalty for his trouble though. Loses it through there. Peter Mister sneaks down the inside, takes that position off him. Hyperio takes a position off him as well. Peter Mister then losing the back end of that BMW. Is that going to allow Hyperio to take the lead? Not quite. Fastest lap by Hyperio though, 2:17.8. Taking the wide line, looking for that same line that Nissan Elvis had. Right on his rear bumper, then heading down the hill. R80 still holding on to that third position. TC Idle up into fourth. Nissan Elvis now fifth. Bit of a gap back to Grim 99 then in sixth, 4.5 seconds. Trying to fend off Crazy 88 for that sixth. Shaggy Scooby only half a second back from these guys as well. So positions may change again down here. Kemmel Straight coming up. Surfer EV. Surfer EV's been in the pits. So I don't know why Surfer's been in. Possibly, maybe got it wrong out of one of the last chicane. Not too sure. But that gives Sixpenny someone to battle with. So Surfer EV is right out of that fight at the front now. He's got to fend off Sixpenny Guitar for that ninth position. Can Sixpenny Guitar hang with him? So Peter Mister still holding on to that P1. R80 now up into second place. Hyperio third. TC Idle fourth. Nissan Elvis fifth. Still a good five-way fight here. Gap's just starting to stretch out a little bit between one or two of these little packs. 32 minutes remaining on the clock. So they have got fuel on. That'll be why Surfer EV's been in. I forget they have got fuel on. No tyre wear, but fuel is on. I do forget which settings people do have on certain leagues. I do that blooming many of them. So you can see Surfer EV then, full tank of gas compared to Sixpenny Guitar, who's on about just under a quarter of a tank there. Peter Mister then stays out. He's got about an eighth of a tank, being hounded by Hyperio for that first place. R80, Grim 99, TC Idle, Nissan Elvis all in the pits. Let's see how that fares when these boys come in. So Peter Mister then into lap 9. Holds P1. I don't think he'll hold it down the Kemmel with Hyperio so close. Reg GT, how you doing, brother? Fizz Ruckers, how you doing, brother? Sorry, I've been watching the race. So, little bit of swervy from Peter Mister, trying to drop the toe from Hyperio. Hyperio doesn't look like he's going for the move. Hyperio is actually, looks like he's been using a toe as much as possible. Because he's got about a third of a tank on board. Peter Mister, his fuel gauge now flashing at him. He'll be looking to come in at the end of this lap, whereas Hyperio will be able to do possibly, what, 2 or 3 laps more with that? Crazy 88 stopped out as well. Surfer EV then back up into 4th after his stop. TC Idle is right on his rear bumper as he's come out of the pits. R80 now 2.5 seconds back in 6th position. Nissan Elvis 7th, just a second back. Good 99. See a second back from Nissan Elvis himself. So those three could get back into a bit of a fight any minute. Shaggy Scooby then. He's been in, come out. 7.3 seconds back is Shaggy Scooby. Sixpenny Guitar then 9.6 seconds back. He's just been in as well. So yeah, looks like Hyperio's just quite happy to sit in the slipstream. Save all that fuel on these laps, let these boys do all the work. So does Peter Mister come in? He does. Hyperio comes through then, takes the race lead. 29 minutes remaining on the clock. See how many more laps Hyperio can do. His car will be a lot lighter, it will go a lot quicker. No tyre wear either, so that's not going to come into play. So Hyperio does know his stuff. He's a bit of a guru with the old strategies. So he currently holds 18.4 seconds over Surfer EV. Just coming around T1 now then. Crazy 88 also chucked himself in the pits now. Surfer EV's picked himself up fastest lap of the race there as well, 2:17.0. Under some pressure from TC Idle though for that second position. Is TC Idle going to bump draft or go for the move? Looking like he's going for the move. Nothing Surfer EV can do about that. The slipstream there just too strong. Peter missed it then. He's closed that gap back up. There's about a second and a half between these three at the minute. As I say, we'll see where Hyperio comes out. As I say, he's got a couple of laps to go still. Plenty of fuel on board. Now nobody's doing the work for him. It's all about him punching the hole through the air. So TC Idle in second. Surfer EV third, Peter Mr. fourth, Nissan Elvis fifth. Bit of pressure from Crazy 88 behind and Grim 99. So another little three-way fight kicking off here. R80. So yeah, R80's been in. Shaggy Scooby's been in. So these two are going to get into a bit of a fight as well. Sixpenny again. Just picking up a bit of a penalty, just rolling about on his own at the back, unfortunately. 12 seconds back from any kind of fight for himself at the minute. Hyperio stops out for another lap, drifting that BMW around the last turn. Still holding on to that 18-second lead. So let us go on board for a lap with Hyperio. Stick it in this view then, down the hill then, full tilt, through Radillon, back up the hill, Eau Rouge, over the hill, try not to run it wide on the exit, onto the Kemmel Straight then, absolutely full pelt down here. This is where all the overtakes have been happening. Full power down towards Les Combes, difficult corner, we've seen one or two drivers go wide there tonight as well. Hard on the brakes then, and into second gear for Hyperio, and the right into the left. Up there, heading down towards into Brussels then. Easy corner to get wrong, but just want to get on the gas quite early, as is this one on the exit. So through Coupon then, again you can easily run it wide through there, pick up a penalty. Try and hook that inside apex. Hard on the brakes into Campus. Through the hard right then, full power. Down towards Blanchimont. Your tyres can take it. Hyperio just releasing the throttle there a tiny little bit. Let's see if he keeps it pinned through Blanchimont. Next turn coming up. He's taking a good line through it, hitting the apex nicely on the inside. Little lift just to keep the car settled. Hard on the brakes into the last chicane. Sticking two wheels on the left-hand curb there, cutting that sausage curb. Can unsettle the car as well. Back on the power then for Hyperio. Puts in a 2:17.4 for that lap, so not the fastest. He is still out, holding on to that P1 position, still holding on to 18-second lead as well. He will be in at the end of this lap, I would expect, looking at that fuel on board now. He has just extended that gap up to 19 seconds now, has Hyperio. So looking good at the minute. Circuit EV then up into second place. Peter Mister now third. TC Idle fourth. Gap's just starting to stretch out a little bit. Again, slipstream will come into effect down here and along the Kemmel. Nissan Elvis now well out of that fight, down in fifth, coming under a bit of pressure from Grim at 99, 1 second gap there. Crazy 88, seventh position, 5.4 second gap back to in front to Grim. He's got R80 and Shaggy Scooby slowly closing him in, 1.6 seconds. That gap coming down now, so R80 and Shaggy Scooby looking like they're going to start getting into a fight with Crazy 88. He's already chucked himself over to the defensive line to try and drop that toe. Almost run himself a little bit deep through there as Crazy 88. Oh, and lost the back end. Coming under pressure for them from R80 and Shaggy Scooby now. This might be another good time to go on board with one or two drivers, see what it's like from their perspective. Out of Brussels then, chasing down at R80, Crazy 88 in front. Let's have a look from Crazy 88's perspective as we look back. You see R80 and Shaggy Scooby in the background there. Different lines between R80 and Shaggy Scooby. Again, closing in on braking there, R80 through Campus. So Hyperio does come in the pits. I've just seen that pop up on screen, so I will jump to that fight. Looking like Crazy 88 is currently going to hold on to this position. R80 might just be a little bit too far back to get enough of a toe on him to get the move done into Blanchimont. So let's go and find is Hyperio. Hyperio just coming out of the pits there then, taking on board a full tank of fuel. I don't know whether he needed to take on a full tank, but he has anyway. 21 minutes remaining. Hyperio, 0.9 of a second lead over Surfer EV. That gap coming down rapidly now though. So turn straight back into a four-way fight after all the pit stops. Surfer EV straight past Hyperio there then. Just a little bit too far back to get a move done on Hyperio as well. He managed to fend off TC Idle in that little run up the Kemmel Straight. Surfer EV then holding on to P1. Hyperio, a little bit of bumping and a barging between Hyperio and Surfer. Still really good fight kicking off here though. Looking to get past anywhere he can. He's also trying to fend off Peter Mister for that second position as well. TC Idle's right there waiting for a mistake by any one of these three drivers in front. So back end of campus heading down towards Blanchimont again. Really tightly packed bunch here. So it's 0.3 of a second between the top four currently. They are two abreast in pairs heading down there into Blanchimont. Going through there too wide for Surfer EV and Hyperio. Hyperio winning out, holding on to that P1. Surfer EV looking to make a move though down the inside. Then run around the outside, but he's been compromised. Unfortunately, TC Idle though, he was looking good to make a move down the inside there. Back end of that BMW stepped out and just pinged him into the wall. He's just dropped off that little fight now in fourth. Peter Mister now 1.5 seconds back from the pair in front as well. Should still get a bit of a tow, we'll see. TC Idle's back in this fight for that third position though. Nissan Elvis then 9 seconds back, so he's well out of the tow range Picked up a little bit of a penalty as well, got to drop that. 99 in 6th. R80's right there with him. 0.6 of a second. R80 will look good to get this positioned up before Les Combs. Needs to move for R80 then. So he doesn't outbrake himself, chuck himself off. He's kept it clean, so up into 6th then, Grim 99, 7th. Crazy 88 in 8th. He's got Shaggy Scooby still not that far back, 1.4. Sixpenny Guitar now 17.2 seconds back. So, Surfer EV, Hyperio, P1, P2. Nothing in it between these two. TC Idle back up into 3rd position, then got himself past Peter Mister. Peter Mister closing back in though, so he's turning back into another 4-way fight. Oh, Peter Mister just putting 2 wheels on the sand. He's kept it on track, it's not slowed him down too much. But it has slowed him down into one of the fastest parts of the track. So you can see he's losing a bit of time. The slipstream just come into effect now though, closing back in. Runs himself wide for the trouble though. So back into this fight, there you go. Picks up 0.4 of a second penalty for that off-track action. Surfer EV then still holds on to P1. TC Idle up into P2. Surfer chucking himself down the right-hand side of that track, keeping it defensive. TC Idle Hyperio over to the left. Peter Mister just trying to drop his penalty off through there. He does do. So still only 1.2 between the top 4. Nissan Elvis still out on his own, 10 seconds in front, 6 seconds behind. R80 has managed to fend off Grid 99 for another lap. Crazy 88 closing in on them, 0.6 of a second back. Sorry, 1.6 seconds back for Crazy 88. Again, coming down as they head up the hill then and onto the Kemmel. Penalty, must have run himself a little bit wide or cut the corner a tiny little bit. Drops his penalty off there though. Back on the power. Just pressed it a little bit too much. So now lost a lot of time, 2.8 seconds back with dropping that penalty and getting it a little bit wrong into Les Combs. Let's see whether Crazy 88 can close that gap back up. We'll come back to that. Go and have a look what's kicking off at the front. Still position changes all over the place. TC Idle now up into P1. Peter Mister P2. Surfer EV P3. Hyperio now P4. That's the power of that slipstream as they head up the Kemmel and just allows positions to swap. Made into the chicane. Let's have a look. TC Idle over to the right hand side of the track. He's aware that Peter Mister's there. Peter Mister just outbrakes him and almost himself. Side by side with TC Idle through the last turn then. Surfer EV's chucked himself in the pits for his last stint. TC Idle's going to hold on to that P1 into the source. Oh, Peter Mister's gone for a bit of a switchback. Will he be able to get the run out? No, TC Idle's just able to carry the speed through there. So that puts Hyperio back up into 3rd then. Surfer EV obviously dropping positions right now. Hyperio is holding an awful lot of fuel. You can see he's just managing that a lot better than the other drivers. His first stint is only half throttling there, look. White is going to take those positions. He had enough enough speed and power there to take both of those guys, but he's just playing his cards close to his chest, I think. He knows his strategies, does Hyperio, like I say. His first stint, he managed to do about 3 or 4 more laps than anyone else. Peter missed him on to P1 then, TC Idle P2. See where Peter missed it. Let's have a look at his fuel, in fact. He's got half a tank remaining to go with at the minute. TC Idle, he'll be in the pits any second. End of this lap, I assume. So Peter Mister and Hyperio will both be able to run possibly to the end of this race on that fuel. Elvis still having a little bit of a fight on his own. Grim 99 has closed the gap down a little bit. I think it was about 6 seconds. It's now 4.7. So possibly Grim 99 and R80 working together, giving each other a little bit of a bump draft down the straights. Not all battling it out. It looks like they're still battling it out. That's good to see. R80 then sneaks past 99's not going to be happy about that. Will he be able to outbrake him into the chicane? R80's gone defensive. So holds on to that 5th position currently then. He's now in the pits though. Grim stayed out. Oh sorry, Grim has come in as well. Apologies. So Peter Mister, Hyperio, plenty of fuel on board. Obviously, Hyperio won't know what anyone else has done, unlike us. We know what fuel people have got on board. Kind of know when people are going to pit. So, battle looks like it's going to be between Peter Mister and Hyperio for that P1 position. 11.5 minutes remaining on the clock. Hyperio with over half a tank. Peter Mister just under half. Might last him. He may have to do a tiny bit of fuel saving or a tiny little bit of a splash and dash, which will take him out of that P1 fight. Hyperio looking very comfortable at the minute. Like I say, playing his strategy well, just using the guys in front to punch the hole in the air while he saves his fuel behind. TC Idle then, holding that 3rd position now, 17.6 seconds back after that pit stop. Nissan Elvis has been overtaken by Surfer. He's taken that 4th position. Nissan Elvis just dropping his penalty in 5th. He's holding plenty of fuel as well. So Crazy 88's been in the pits. 8.7 back from Nissan Elvis, but he has got Group 99 only a second back. Also pit. So these two are going to fight it out to the end now. Shaggy Scooby just getting past R80. So R80 ran himself a little bit wide through there. Possibly taking on a little bit too much fuel as well, R80. Extra weight, just throwing the car off track. 6-penny guitar, so he's got enough fuel to go to the end of the race now. 12.9 seconds back, unfortunately. So he'll want a mistake from 1 or 2 drivers in front to gain any positions at this point. Right, I've missed the position change. Possibly into La Source. Hyperio up into P1 then. He won't be able to keep that position down here. Peter Mister will get a fantastic tow off him. 0.5 in a second. So I don't know whether Hyperio is going to be able to get enough of a break. It looks like Peter Mister's doing the same thing as Hyperio then, just saving the fuel. So I was a little bit unsure whether he's got enough fuel to go to the end. So Hyperio can give it absolute full beans looking at how much he's got on board. And Peter Mister, I think he's just quite happy to sit behind Hyperio now and let him do all the work. So the fight for top spot is here. TC Idle, a little bit of a race of his own for that third position. 15.2 seconds back from Peter Mister. 6.3 he's got over Nissan Elvis. Nissan Elvis now coming back at Surfer EV for that fourth position. Surfer EV is not having that though, he's taking that back. But back on though between Nissan Elvis and Surfer. We'll see who wins out there. 8.5 minutes remaining. Should get about 3 or 4 more laps. Crazy 88, Grip 99 still fighting this out for 6th position as well. He's almost run himself wide through there. Let's give Grip 99 a bit of a look. There was nearly a little bit of contact on the way out as well. And that just allowed Grip 99 through. So Grip 99 up into 6th, then Crazy 88 on to 7th. Now they're heading down towards Blanchimont. Crazy 88's in a good position to get that position back before Blanchimont. See closing the gap already. Have to stick 2 wheels on the grass to avoid smashing into the back of Crazy 88 there. Sorry, Grip 99. Grip 99's ducking on the inside though, just blocked off Crazy 88. Nowhere to go. So Grip 99 going defensive. Crazy 88 trying to go for a better line out. Get it done before the source. 99 pushes him wide. So totally different lines through there. Crazy 88's got a good run out though. They are side by side as they head down the hill. 99 just got a slightly better drive out. Crazy 88's just tucked himself back in. Settled car though, hitting that inside curve, picked up a penalty for the trouble as well, has Grip 99. Going to lose that position to Crazy 88 anyway. And he drops that penalty. So let's go and see what's going off in the front. Still nothing in it between Hyperio and Peter Mister then, 0.6 of a second. Hyperio not managing to make a break due to that slipstream. TC Idle then 12.4 seconds back. Looking safe for third position at the minute. 6 minutes left on the clock. Surfer EV still holding fourth, managing to fend off Nissan Elvis then. Can he do it for another 6 minutes? Nissan Elvis has got a good run down here though. He's got the inside line into this turn. Good move by Nissan Elvis. Can he hold on to it though? So he's now got to fend off Surfer EV as they head down towards Blanchimont. Surfer EV looking to make a move straight back at him though on the entrance into the run into Blanchimont. So again, we will see positions change due to this slipstream. Peter Mister then back into P1, getting back past Hyperio. Hyperio's still right there though. Side as they head down the hill. Hyperio looking like he's got a good run out, running himself massively wide through there, so not looking like he wants to give Peter Mister any kind of tow. It's not benefited him though. So will Peter Mister save his fuel or will he go for a move? He's saving his fuel, a little bit of half throttle. 4.5 minutes remaining. Has Peter Mister got enough fuel on board? Hyperio definitely got enough on. TC Idle's definitely got enough on. Surfer EV's managed to make a bit of a break from Nissan Elvis, but that gap coming down now due to the slipstream. So great fun this BMW race. That slipstream just makes for some really good racing. You saw for pretty much the first stint all the way up until the first set of pits. It was up to 9 people fighting it out. Oh, Crazy 88's lost the back end of his BMW just as we flick over to him. Grim 99 sneaks down the inside, then taking that 6th position off him. And now they've got Shaggy Scooby and R80 closing in on them as well, so it could end up as another 4-way fight at the back here. Sixpenny Guitar, unfortunately, now 21.6 seconds back. Hyperio still leading then. Into Blanchimont. So he has managed to pull a second there, but again, that slipstream. So get back down to 0.7. Now on to 1.1. Unfortunately, that is still within slipstream range at the minute. It's it's been a good. It's only been 2 races in, cliche, but it's been some really good battling in these due to the slipstream. So Hyperio holds on to P1 again. That slipstream's coming to effect. Peter Mister is bolted onto the back end of him. He's not, but you know, he is. Can Hyperio fend him off? He's looking to do anything he can to try and break that toe from Peter Mister behind. Getting the gap back up to a second. He's just looking for that one little mistake from Peter Mister. Break that toe up to about 1.5, 2 seconds. To 1.6 then between Hyperio and Peter Mister. Still just within the slipstream range, Peter Mister, but not on one of the fastest sections right now. Still holding 1.5 Hyperio. Again, I think that's just going to come down here. Peter Mister still just within that slipstream range. So there it is. Coming into effect already, 1.4. 1.3. Again, Hyperio has managed to just find 10th here or there. Keep doing that for the next minute or so. He can keep that P1 position. It is Hyperio's debut tonight. He decided he wants some of this. He quite liked what he saw last week and wanted it. We did have another driver supposed to be here tonight, but he's not. Due to bank holidays. He said his mum's borrowed his PlayStation or something. Probably for Drake's Uncharted 4 or something like that. So Hyperio still holding P1, 25 seconds remaining on the clock. This will become last lap then. Can Peter Mister get that position off him? He's looking to make a move now. Close enough up the Kemmel. Don't think he is. Can Hyperio fend him off for this lap then? Puts in a purple sector as well, Hyperio. Have some of that, he's saying, Peter Mister. Peter Mister closing in though, half a second now. He's only really going to have the Kemmel straight, the run into Blanchimont to get it done, unless Hyperio has a slight mistake. Possibly the run into the chicane. We'll keep an eye on it. Peter Mister then trying to push Hyperio around the track. Hyperio's not one to fold under pressure. Calm and collected Swede doing a great job tonight. So into Campus then. It's all about the exit of this turn for Hyperio. Can he fend off Peter Mister? He's a lot closer than he was last lap. So it's on. We are into the final lap. Hyperio holding this P1 currently. 0.3 of a second between himself and Peter Mister. Where does Peter Mister make the move? Does he dare into Blanchimont? He's running around the outside. It's a brave move. It's a brave move. He's gone for some off-track action. A little bit of bumping and a barging between those two. Peter Mister not picking up a penalty for that either. Hyperio pushed down into second through there then. That was a last position manoeuvre. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there, but Hyperio took first place. It looked like the back end of Peter Mister's car just stepped out a little bit. So Peter Mister, unfortunately, after the great move he made there to take Hyperio, he loses it in the last turn. TC Idle comes home in third position. Surfer EV is going to come home in fourth. Does everyone? Nissan Elvis has played his fuel game to a T. So Nissan Elvis going to come home in fifth with absolutely no fuel on board. R80 still holding six coming down the last turn. It was a four-way fight. Crazy 88 spun it out on the last turn as well. So R80 takes six, Grid 99 takes seven, Shaggy Scooby takes eighth, Crazy 88 takes ninth after that last turn. Spin off, and Six Penny Guitar takes 10th. So again, some really good racing in that league. Really good racing. The lobby settings have just got it so it stays tight, which puts the pressure on everyone really. You can see how many position changes there were. Quite difficult to keep up with when they're four abreast and you can't actually see which one's in front. It was mental. I wish I should have switched back to the four fighting at the back because I'm sure they were swapping positions left, right and centre. I do apologise, boys. I've only got one set of eyes and one screen to play with. But yeah, some really good racing again there from MRC BMW Tractor race. Let's just chuck those results up for you lot. So Hyperio taking the win then. His debut race. He'll be happy about that. Peter Mister second place, TC Idle in third, Surfer EV fourth, Nissan Elvis fifth. You know, one day I'm going to get something set up like a spreadsheet so I can put all this stuff in one day. Or someone's going to make me a spreadsheet and send it to me at darksmoker@googlemail.com. Say, here you go, use that for all your stuff so you can work out points. Dark Smoker. Someone is. Where was I? Peter Mister second then, TC Idle third, Surfer EV fourth, Nissan Elvis fifth, R80 Riley R80 in sixth, Grim 99 in seventh, Shaggy Scooby 66 in eighth. Unfortunately, Crazy 88 spinning out in that last turn in ninth. Six Penny Guitar had a race all of his own down in 10th, and we did lose a driver as well, Ricky J 1800. We were a driver missing as well, so hopefully we'll see that driver back next week. But yeah, some really good racing tonight. I hope you like what you've watched. I'll put links in description to MRC if you fancy getting involved. I'll put links in description to my Twitter and my Discord and all that sort of stuff if you want to get involved in that as well. So I've got to disappear pretty quickly. Controversial Buckley. Yes, it was Reg GT. A little bit controversial, but that's not for me to decide. There was a bit of a bumping and a banging on the last lap there. Right, so as I say, I've got to pretty much jump myself out of this one because in 16 minutes I've got to do another one. So that's going to be it from tonight. Come back next week. Let's just chuck that out. Wrong one. That's the one. So we are at Dragon Trail Gardens next week. Come back same time, 7:30, 10-minute quali, 50-minute race. You've seen what it's like tonight. Some really good stuff. So come back, check that out next week. Yeah, and come back in 15 minutes now, and you'll see the P1 boys racing the GR3s. That'll be some good action as well. So that's in 15 minutes, and then come back next week. Good. So that's it. Tell your mates, tell your mum. Yes, Reg. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.